Hello students, today we are going to learn about mitochondria. Here, in the diagram we can see the details also. Mitochondria are membrane-bound organelles present in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells that produce adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the main energy molecule used by the cell. In 1890, mitochondria were first described by Richard Altman and he called them bioblasts. Benda in the year 1897 coined the term mitochondrion. Mitochondria are called the powerhouses of the cell as they produce energy-rich molecules for the cell. The mitochondrial genome is inherited maternally in several organisms. It is a double membrane-bound, sausage-shaped organelle, found in almost all eukaryotic cells. The double membranes divide its lumen into two distinct aqueous compartments. The inner compartment is called a matrix, which is folded into cristae, whereas the outer membrane forms a continuous boundary with the cytoplasm. They usually vary in their size and are found either round or oval in shape. Mitochondria are the sites of aerobic respiration in the cell, produces energy in the form of ATP and helps in the transformation of the molecules. For instance, glucose is converted into adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Mitochondria have their own circular DNA, RNA molecules, ribosomes, the 70s, and a few other molecules that help in protein synthesis. Typically, there are about 2,000 mitochondria per cell, representing around 25% of the cell volume. Structure of mitochondria. The mitochondrion is a double-membraned, rod-shaped structure found in both plant and animal cell. Its size ranges from 0.5 to 1.0 micrometer in diameter. The structure comprises an outer membrane, an inner membrane, and a gel-like material called the matrix. The outer membrane and the inner membrane are made of proteins and phospholipid layers separated by the intermembrane space. The outer membrane covers the surface of the mitochondrion and has a large number of special proteins known as porins, cristae. The inner membrane of mitochondria is rather complex in structure. It has many folds that form a layered structure called cristae, and this helps in increasing the surface area inside the organelle. The cristae and the proteins of the inner membrane aid in the production of ATP molecules. The inner mitochondrial membrane is strictly permeable only to oxygen and ATP molecules. A number of chemical reactions take place within the inner membrane of mitochondria. Mitochondrial matrix. The mitochondrial matrix is a viscous fluid that contains a mixture of enzymes and proteins. It also comprises ribosomes, inorganic ions, mitochondrial DNA, nucleotide cofactors, and organic molecules. The enzymes present in the matrix play an important role in the synthesis of ATP molecules. Functions of mitochondria. The most important function of mitochondria is to produce energy through the process of oxidative phosphorylation. It is also involved in the following process. Regulates the metabolic activity of the cell. Promotes the growth of new cells and cell multiplication. Helps in detoxifying ammonia in the liver cells. Plays an important role in apoptosis or programmed cell death. Responsible for building certain parts of the blood and various hormones like testosterone and estrogen, helps in maintaining an adequate concentration of calcium ions within the compartments of the cell. It is also involved in various cellular activities like cellular differentiation, cell signaling, cell senescence, controlling the cell cycle and also in cell growth. Disorders associated with mitochondria. Any irregularity in the way mitochondria function can directly affect human health, but often, it is difficult to identify because symptoms differ from person to person. Disorders of the mitochondria can be quite severe. In some cases, they can even cause an organ to fail. Mitochondrial diseases. Alpers disease. Barth syndrome. Kearns-Sayre syndrome, KSS. Mitochondrial diseases. Alpers disease. Alpers disease is a rare genetic disorder that leads to dementia, liver failure, and seizures. Symptoms usually start between ages 2 and 4 or ages 17 and 24. They may include muscle stiffness and twitching, lack of growth and migraines. Barth syndrome. Barth syndrome is a rare condition characterized by an enlarged and weakened heart, dilated cardiomyopathy. Weakness in muscles used for movement, skeletal myopathy, recurrent infections due to small numbers of white blood cells, neutropenia, and short stature. Kearns-Sayre syndrome, KSS. Kearns-Sayre syndrome, KSS, is a rare neuromuscular condition that impacts your eyes and other parts of your body, including your heart. It happens due to a defect in the DNA of mitochondria, which help produce